Yes, unfortunately I needed that bump. Welcome you all, SickBiker Studio, Danny here. This is the race that I've been racing last Saturday. That was July 14th, 2018. It was the last Priority B race before the Nationals. One news, the Nationals I'm gonna have not on Sunday but this upcoming Saturday, 9 AM. I'm starting, of course, as the amateur, in the amateur group. So it's gonna be exciting. This was really good race to show actually where my legs are, where my fitness level is, and as you can see, my job was to overtake, was to fight hard, and I've got a couple of tips for you how to ride smart. Unfortunately, you already know I did puncture. You will see that moment. Probably I know where it happened. 99%. First off, there were 3 sectors. This is 24 kilometers race. We are about 150 riders, men's, so my category, and 24 kilometers, 3 sectors at the start. So the first sector was the elite riders with the license. The second sector was the first 30 guys in the overall standings. And then the third sector, I was there. So I was about 60th at the start, 60th, 70th. Didn't look good at the start, but I had been riding smart. It is always a bit more work to overtake, but also try to take the advantage of that. You're not having that fierce tempo of the leading group, because leading group is always going too hard at the beginning. That's my opinion. We can see that on the World Cups when some different guys are racing, competing against Nino Schurter. He's almost never trying to put so much pressure on others. It is the others that put pressure on him. So I just tried to focus. I'm just showing me like, okay, calm down, Dan, calm down. It's good. You've taken already some, I don't know, 30 guys, which is good. But I was trying not to go too hard. I didn't know the course. What I knew, it was about 1 kilometer of climbing. So that's pretty much. And I was told that the race would take us about 2 hours. It was much less than that. With all my problems, it took me about 1 hour and 40 minutes. So without that, I would do it in easily 1:30 something. So I was really trying to conserve my energy. Now, how to overtake? When you look at the way I'm overtaking others, it doesn't look very exciting because I'm just going slow. I'm having my pace. I'm not pushing it hard. I'm not trying to like break away and not let them sit on my wheel. It's okay for me. If they want to, they can. It is still the beginning of the race. You can see the profile of the race at the bottom of the screen. It's not the whole track that you see, because I only put the overlays for first 40 minutes or so. So this is the first 40 minutes that you can see. There will be more because thinking about 2 hours of riding, I would have to turn my camera off and on. But anyway, you can see that we are starting with a long sustained climb. This climb will have also some smaller, steeper sections, and one of these sections will be very muddy and slippery. So we're gonna walk there. I'm gonna actually run there. So it went pretty good. I'm still overtaking. This is so good for your mental health, like power, when you see you are faster than any other guys. I think there was 1 or 2 guys who overtook me. One of these, I think I already caught him. I will catch him on the descent, and then I will escape. But then the flat will happen. So this is the moment when it gets very steep. I think what you can see, the grade you can see on the right side is true. This is about 14%. I don't know why it's 0 now. This is wrong. This is wrong for sure. But I'm still overtaking. I'm still going. I think this was the guy who overtook me, or took me over. So I did feel good. I didn't do any acceleration. So far, I didn't make even 10 meters off the saddle. I'm doing all that work on the saddle. This is not my VO2 max zone. This is not 6th zone. This is not 7th zone. I'm riding like between 4 and 5th on the climb. That would be a 5th zone. When it's a bit more flat, even if it's just slightly up the hill, that would be just upper 4th, lower 5th. Which is very good. That means you can race for 2 hours, and you can also save some energy for more work. Now this is the descent. You can see on the profile we had pretty nice descent here. I'm just trying to find the place to overtake. It was really treacherous because when you took the other line, there was no actually line. There was many roots, many rocks, and a lot of stuff that the water would make on the way during the hard raining. So this was pretty hard to find the place to overtake, even though it was quite wide. But I knew I would make on such a descent like here. This was the longer one. I could make even 30 seconds to some of the riders behind me. The thing is, the riders behind me would not really catch me because I was still faster even on the climb. This was not a very good place to stop, but it was difficult to find some other or go somewhere else. I think this guy had his chain dropped. When you're riding on the bumps, try not to spin the cranks lightly. If you don't have a lot of tension on the chain and you spin, then it's bad. This man was frightened by what water did here. Let's just see in slow motion what he did. Never slammed the brakes as he did. He just slammed, and that was the moment where I hit something with my rear wheel, and that was the end of the race. We are like 25 minutes into the race or so. I'm just telling him that he's been having some hard time there. When you slam the brake, the rear brake, you're losing traction of the wheel. You have no more control over the bike. Don't do it. It would probably be better for him even not to brake rather than brake that hard. So that's something you should have in mind, but you need experience for that. If you freak out, that's really bad. You don't. You should not freak out. I can feel my rear tire going so soft. I couldn't make the corners. You see? It was super hard for me to still corner. I think at that point I was already below 1 bar. My weight is 70 kilograms, and the bike as it is right now it's about 10.8, 10.9. So with less than 1 bar on the rear tire, it's 225 racing rough. It was hard to make the cornering. I would still like sit on the wheels of those guys. On the uphill I would try to push a little bit harder, because what I hoped for was to get to the 11th kilometer where we had the feeding zone and ask somebody for help. That's what I did. This is the 11th kilometer, and somebody said, "That's my bike, you can take my pump, okay?" So this is not professional race. I can use some help from others. So that's what I did, and I thought it was okay and the sealant would do it. It didn't. You can see right now it was like a couple of minutes after pumping the wheel. I'm already about 1 bar on my rear tire, still trying to accelerate as much as I could on the uphills to overtake riders. And actually my goal now was to get as close to the finish line without running or walking. It turned out to be okay, because I did ride my Nini till the very end, but at the end it was super soft. It was about half bar on the tire, so impossible to ride fast. Losing a lot of power, but feeling great, feeling very good. I don't feel that I'm already like 30 minutes into, 1 hour into the race. I do have the endurance, because I did make the endurance block 4 weeks before the nationals. So today is Tuesday. On Saturday I'm racing nationals. We'll see how it goes. I just have so much driving this this week, and just before the Nationals I'm gonna spend 14 hours driving my car from one event to the racing event. But that's okay for me. I'm ready, I'm not gonna give up. These were some very nice descents, steep ones, sometimes off camber, and off camber was the worst for my tire, because you can easily remove the tire from the rim by riding off camber with the super low pressure. I'm still trying to do well on the climbs, and I was doing quite well. I felt great. These were the guys with the quad. I just left the track for a minute, asked them for the pump. They didn't have the pump, so sorry dude, they said, and so I had to go back to the track and just ride to the finish line. Some steep descents were nice. The steeper the descent is, the less pressure I would have to put on my rear wheel, so that felt quite okay. But each cornering would feel as if I was removing ripping off my tire from the rim. So that's it. I'm just heading now to the finish line. It was a good race. I wasn't even really angry because of the flat tire. I was rather happy because of my fitness level. We will see on Saturday. Guys, thanks so much for watching, supporting my channel, and become my patron if you want for more. See you tomorrow. Bye bye.
That's what we have.